The question of the century: where do you get your protein? This question just will not die. I became vegan back in 2008, and I did my research about protein, and I am so surprised. Here we are in 2022, and this is not common knowledge. We only need 5 to 10% of our daily caloric intake from protein. Protein is not an issue. Have you ever heard of the disease or medical problem kwashiorkor? Have you ever heard of that? Is that in the news? People are suffering from kwashiorkor. Kwashiorkor is the medical term for protein deficiency. And sad to say, it does still exist in poor countries where you see those poor little babies with distended stomachs simply because they're not getting enough food. If you're getting enough food to eat, and that's certainly the case in this country, you're getting enough protein to build muscle, to rebuild. So it's not an issue as far as I'm concerned. You know, I don't know if any of you, I'm sure a lot of you know of Dr. T. Colin Campbell, a professor, PhD from Cornell University. He wrote the book, The China Study. And in that book, he said that we require only 5 to 6% of our total calories to come from protein in order to replace the protein that we routinely lose, and that about 9 to 10%, he says, has been recommended for the past 50 years to be assured that most people get their 5 to 6% requirement. And think too about a newborn baby. A newborn baby, the first year of its life, can live totally on mother's milk. That's all they need for the entire year. And a baby grows more in that first year than they'll ever grow in their entire life. And what's the percentage of protein in mother's milk? Right there, 6%. What about fruits and vegetables? What's the average percentage? 5 or 6%. The perfect amount of protein right there, 5 or 6%. So you can grow muscle with that. People have this mistaken idea, and it won't go away, that they need protein to get bigger muscles. You know, the only thing that makes big muscles is resistance training. You have to break down the mitochondria and they come back stronger. And you can do that with 5 to 6 to 10% protein. That's all you need. You know, and the problem with too much protein, now too much protein, you've got a problem. And most people are suffering from an overdose of too much protein, which is why there are so many people on dialysis and with kidney problems, kidney stones. Also, it leads to constipation, leading to toxemia, which eventually leads to cancer. I know for me, decades, I was on a high protein diet. It's really a high fat diet because the fat that comes along with the protein is super high. But wow, the problems I had when I was on that diet, constipation so bad, I had hemorrhoids, anal fissures. If you've ever experienced that, oh my goodness, it's horrible, horrible. You don't want to go there. So, you know, the protein is not an issue. There is plenty of protein in fruits and vegetables, like I say, to grow muscle, to repair your body. And the other problem you run into if you're eating too much protein from animal foods, it causes acidosis in the body. Now, we are not meant to have this condition of acidosis. We're basically meant to have an alkaline pH, and a little acid's not going to kill you, but you want a nice balance there. And the acidity that's caused by excess protein consumption has to be counterbalanced by the body. And that's done by the body from taking the precious alkaline mineral calcium. It leaches calcium from your bones, causing osteoporosis, from your teeth, causing cavities, which can neutralize the acids. So your body does this automatically because too much acid, it'll kill you. So, you know, it's no coincidence that fruits and vegetables contain just the right amounts of protein to build and maintain the human body. Right in that 5%, and to usually 5 to 10% of most fruits and vegetables. Some vegetables that are like your leafy greens, your spinach, your romaine, your red leaf, your green leaf lettuces, those things can be up 15 to 20% protein. So, you know, plus you're getting the minerals. Believe me, I've been doing this for 14 years. I just happen to be a thin person, that's all. I still am strong though. I still can do my push-ups, my chin-ups, and I'm 72, so, and I've been doing this for 14 years. The other thing I want to mention, when I was on the high protein or high fat diet, I had joint problems so bad. I was becoming arthritic. Not a good thing for somebody that teaches people how to play tennis. I couldn't even, you know, raise my left arm to serve the ball. It was, my shoulder was basically locked up. So that's another thing that a high protein fat diet will do. But the real concern, the most important thing you have to look out for if you're on a high protein diet, you are going to run into, you know, heart problems, diabetes, cancer, kidney problems. So I strongly suggest do the research for yourself. Prove it to yourself. Because I keep getting this question from commenters, where do you get your protein? Where do you get it? I get it from fruits and vegetables. There's plenty in there to keep me going, to keep a body going. So please, give me a like, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. Post any questions or comments. I'll get back to you ASAP. And always remember, fruit up.